I'm very excited about the Kirby Air Ride that is coming out. Let me let me hype and let me de-hype. Okay, so there's only a few games that I think I'll absolutely lose my fucking mind over. One of them being Final Fantasy VII. Anything Final Fantasy VII, I will go apeshit crazy for. Danganronpa is also in there. I am beyond losing my mind over 2x2 and whatever the fuck that's supposed to be. And I have thoughts, which I'm thinking about making a video on, but I digress. Kirby Air Ride is also now in that category because it kind of, at least from my perspective, it was very out of nowhere and kind of unexpected for to see happen. I also don't think anybody could have predicted that Sakurai would be the one in charge of it, which is also kind of nuts. The game was announced early this year, and it was very funny to see people really excited about it and also really disappointed because a lot of people I think were wanting another Super Smash Brothers or anything really, and then to just be hit across the head with Kirby Air Ride. Don't you remember Kirby Air Ride? Come on. Don't you remember Kirby Air Ride? So, it made me realize that I wouldn't think that Kirby Air Ride was niche or in any kind of way like an unknown video game. But it made me realize that maybe it is. Maybe there aren't a lot of people who know about Kirby Air Ride or are at the very least informed about Kirby Air Ride and what kind of game it is and the impact it had on the youth. So, come with me. We're gonna do a little history lesson and we're gonna talk about Kirby Air Ride because I am fucking hyped about this game and it's coming out at the end of this month. So, Kirby Air Ride initially came out in 2003 on the GameCube, which, iconic. I was a child when I played this game, and like most children, when you play games, your expectations vary drastically. But I can say for a fact that Kirby Air Ride was the best game I have ever played in my entire life, and still to this day is likely one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. And my sister and I probably put hundreds of hours into this game. I don't think I've ever played a game as much or as extensively as I played Kirby Air Ride. Like, if you're just looking at this game objectively, it's a racing game. Basically, you choose your Kirby, you choose your ship, and you race. That is basically the game. But there's so much more to it than meets the eye, okay? There's racing, there's battles, and then there's the beloved city trials. And city trial is where all of our time went because this was the real game. Basically, the city trial there was a certain amount of RNG and it was like a 4-person competition. And you would have to compete in this city to find the best ship, to level up that ship, and potentially win the minigame. So you'd basically spend the first half of this part of the game getting your ship, leveling it up, and within the city trial itself, there were a lot of little secret hints or secret things that you could do. It would randomly spawn a bunch of different airships that you would have to find, and then you'd get them, and then you would get items to level up those ships. So, for example, if you got a ship that was naturally really good at gliding, right? It was probably also kind of slow. So you would want to get so you would go and try to aim and get it, like increase its speed stats so that it could be really fast and it could glide really well. So you had to kind of be familiar with the types of ships, but then also how to upgrade it in a way where you can win and beat your competition. This is great, and what made it better is that the city map itself was basically also a PvP map. So while you're trying to level up and upgrade your ship and do all of this stuff, your enemy, or in my case, my sister, could also beat the shit out of you. So you could just be playing and leveling up your stuff, and then all of a sudden you just get smashed and your ship blows up and you have to start over. Okay, not fun. So You have to level up your stuff while also at the same time not dying, but then also kind of going after your enemies so they don't get an advantage on you. Also, the random events were my favorite part about this, because you would just be playing and all of a sudden there'd be UFOs or meteors or a burglar that everyone would be trying to go after because they had really good loot. Massive fires that would break out. Sometimes the items would be like dupes, so you'd have to be able to differentiate like the real level up items from the not real ones. This shit was peak. Loved it. I cannot explain how amazing it was to just be roaming around this map in this game and discovering, oh, there's a little secret entrance into the back of the volcano. What's that doing there? Let's break it and let's go inside. Oh, there's a whole little secret area here. Oh, a lot of games they make content in the game for you to play it, for you to find it. And I think a lot of games nowadays are so focused on making sure the player sees this and does this thing, and that's one of my biggest issues, I think, with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, is there's not enough mystery to find. There's not enough, like, secrets that the game doesn't hold your hand to discover, because it wants you to see everything. It wants you to play everything. And I get that. When I think about these little, like, secrets and how memorable they were and how fun it was to be like, oh my god, did you see that there's the secret passageway under the forest? Oh my god, did you see that there's a secret entrance, you know, underground? Those moments are so special in gaming. And it's not just Kirby Air Ride. Like, there are tons of games that have done this, that have this element of mystery and discovery. And I'm just saying that I miss it. I'm saying that I miss this sense of discovery and fun that I feel like games used to have. Because after all of the city trial and you level up your ship and you do all this stuff, you end up having to then compete in a mini game or a race. Kind of just had to make do with whatever ship you ended up crafting and putting together and making through the course of the city trial. And it made every single gameplay, every single round feel unique and interesting, and it made you want to do another one to see what other kind of ship you could build and how else you could do this. And, you know, I'm not really one for like competitive games, but the competitiveness of Kirby Air Ride was like this perfect balance that was just so freaking good. It's a tragedy that people who want to get a copy of this game it's so freaking expensive. And it shouldn't be. And we all know who's to blame for that. On top of this immaculate gameplay, there was also the music. I love the music. It's so freaking good. You can't go wrong. It's a Kirby game. Why is it so good? Why is it fire? It's Kirby! I absolutely shit bricks when they announced it earlier this year. This has been a very strange year for games for me. Kirby Air Ride, Danganronpa 2x2. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what stars are aligning for me this year, but games-wise, it's kind of weird. I don't know how to make sense of it. All I know is that I'm excited and they're doing things for me.